a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Let's go now.
They go play action here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Back to throw here. He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Tough spot here, third down and 11. They'll look to throw. Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here's Washington now, an excellent field position to start things out. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns.
He's hoping for better luck here on drive number 2. Of course, the first drive, he threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. And now starting again here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
It's second and inches at the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. 70 Lions.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pass caught right side by Loveland. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pass complete. Romadunze. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 35. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. His 8th rushing touchdown, his 12th overall. And the Bears are an extra. Last time they had the football, he ran it in. His 8th rushing touchdown of the season. Been such a vital part of that rushing attack. 1st and 10 here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. The Bears had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42. Back to throw. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll set up the throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. Bears now ready to take over again as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. They'll come out throwing here on first down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it will still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive.
And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he? Here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
2 yards on the play. First down, Chicago.
On play action, they'll throw. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They'll run the draw here with Swift. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's third down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Give them a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They'll drop to throw.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
A gain of 7. And the Bears first down.
They'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Second and 10. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Entering setting. Menu narration set to 100.
Here's second and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but he will still leave it with a third down. And he's been terrific all year running the football. And you see the season numbers up over 500 yards now for the campaign, and that is really an accomplishment for a quarterback. He'll look to throw. Pressure, he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, that's to Loveland, the tight end. They'll go down to a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup.
They're going to look to throw. There's a short one caught by Loveland. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up third and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. To throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the 38. They had to go for it with such little time.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive.